There's a recorder. I just turned the record on. I can manage participants. Like when you've got that kind of priestly hat on, don't forget you're a woman. You know, you're not supposed to teach much less be a temple priest.
I could have wore the leopard print one instead, but this one has the silk lining on and it's gentle on your hair, so I opted for this one.
I just love you guys. Wasn't I mean last week? No, it was this week I was so mean. I had to get, but it's okay now. I just got home, poured myself a martini.
Dang.
I promise just to have one, though.
Maybe I need to go get me a glass of wine. Go get me a glass of wine while you're in there.
Oh, Allison, this is so good. I like it. Yeah, I'm going to put this right over there to your place.
Oh, no, look.
See,
there you
go. The bottle of scotch. You're definitely one of those drinking, cussing the scenes, smoking the scenes.
Hey, honey, the wine glasses are above Bella's desk.
If there's anybody else on here. Nah, nobody else.
It's really cool.
It tells me my bandwidth is low.
Yeah.
We're all low on bandwidth. And, you know, I just had about 3 sips of this thing, and I'm already slurring my words. What kind of example am I? At least I'm handsome.
You're a human, that's all.
Mike, don't forget, one of the most important things we can be in the Yahad is handsome. Like, I got to save my project here. It's like our theme song.
Oh, thank you very much.
Proud.
There we go. Do that.
Romance. I can't remember the words. Da 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 da, find romance. I suppose you probably want me to play it, right? Allison, God, wouldn't it be great to get together? I mean, we could have a nice, juicy steak.
No steak.
You're done with that?
Meat. Done with meat.
I'll be. Everybody's getting done with meat.
She's jumped ship. She's not eating meat anymore?
Oh,
no.
My goodness.
When did you stop eating meat?
I got back from boot camp. I was really sick. And I saw that thing on the Yahad about the tick and red meat.
Mm-hmm.
So I cut it out. I felt better.
Good.
And then I cut out chicken, and that's about all I ate anyway. So I'm sort of a early kind of vegetarian kind of thing now. I do eggs and dairy.
Yeah.
But everything else, nothing, no other meat. I already given up all the unclean stuff, so it wasn't that far of a step.
My friend, she can't eat. Of course, she don't eat clean. She eats regular, you know, but she can't eat pork or red meat because she'll go into anaphylactic shock if she eats pork or beef.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It was just, I don't know what it was. I think maybe Yahweh was just telling me, hey, you know, you've killed enough stuff in your life. Stop it. And I have nothing against anybody who's not had that call.
Right.
You know? It's all good. I wish I could go down and eat a cheeseburger, but
get you a veggie burger. A veggie burger.
Yeah. Well, actually, there's a black bean Southwest burger that is not too bad. You put enough stuff on it, it's pretty good. So
yeah, those are good.
And I love curry and Asian food, so this is like actually not horrible.
Right.
All right, I'm going to reveal something to you about vegetarianism. I've been trying it too, but I've had diarrhea for
TMI.
But you know what I did today? I went to the grocery, filled my little cart full of vegetables and fruits, and then I saw they had ribeye steaks for $89 off. I bought 2 packs of them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, honestly.
No.
No need to be sorry. I
Yeah.
think what you eat is. I think that's a personal decision, and nobody should judge another person for
Exactly.
their personal, convictions.
Well, I'm on with Alan on chat right now. I don't know if you've been looking at Very Ahad, but Alan, I let him back on today, and he went nuts and
Yep.
went off.
Mike's over here eating Cheetos.
Yeah, I'm really hungry. I don't have nothing to eat. I'm thinking about those steaks. Now, earlier today, I had a piece of watermelon and some cherries and an apple, and what did that do for me? Look, one martini.
Lay off all that fruit.
Listen,
That
Amanda and Allison, you guys with your hats on, and you're smoking in the house. Good.
I don't
My
smoke.
house. My house.
Oh,
My house.
your house.
My house. Wait, here. You like that one
You
better?
want to see my hair? Okay, here we go. There it is, and all of its. Wait, watch this.
Wait a minute. Oh, look at that.
I like that hat.
Tell you what, I would play. I have the Stripper on here someplace. You know the song "The Stripper." I would play that if I had it right at my fingertips. Look at that.
Yeah, I have a lot of hair. See all this hair? See all this hair?
Mike will be over there putting his fingers through your hair in a minute if you don't quit doing that seductive kind
It's all oily right now, so he probably won't want to.
Oh, okay. Look at him. I can see him. Looking to the side, looking around. I'm just going
He's over there. There he is.
Okay. Well, let's see. I wanted to see if anybody else was out there that didn't know how to get out to this. Let me look just another quick minute. Or we could just sit here and have a good time. How to build an unforgettable podcast show with Audacity.
How to build an unforgettable podcast show with Audacity.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
See, there's a couple other people that wanted to come. This is not the usual thing. I'm just looking. And
Better say.
it gives you gas like crazy.
Until you get used to it.
I'm glad Mike has his microphone off. He's probably laughing his head off right now.
You can't hear him laughing?
I'm pretending like I can't. One more moment. I'm trying to I'm a little confused because this back office is completely different from what I had before.
Who was that they had in the middle of the...
Yeah, Snow said he was coming.
What happened?
I don't know. We're going to get started.
Probably down here if you go down there. Because it still shows you on there.
This is so much fun, isn't it? Oh, look at this. Allison's put her fedora on.
She put her fedora on.
That's what happened to my orange fedora.
No.
Yeah. You got it.
No, Daniel sat on it.
Daniel sat on it.
Well, I'm still waiting to hear what kind of chair Louisette wants.
Oh, I know. He sat on her chair, and I don't think he...
I told her I'd buy her any chair she wanted. She's coming down to Georgia.
Is she?
I thought she'd be gone for good after last time, but no, she's coming down.
Good.
Yeah, you look like you're batting away. No,
There's a bug flying around my face. I had to get rid of it.
okay. Let's see if we can share a screen here. And what I think I'll do tonight is go through it and show you. Then we'll do another one where we can do it together. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to take a raw podcast and do what I do and build a show based on that. Oh my goodness. I want that.
Trying to see if it's already raining.
Here. I guess what we need to do, save bandwidth, maybe shut down. I don't know. This looks like chat is on a different screen.
No, it goes to the side. Chat goes to the side.
Does it? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm not
Okay.
doing that. I got like a full screen camera and everybody, different ones come on and go full screen here. Oh, look at that. Yes, it just.
Tommy! Look, there's
Oh,
Tommy.
cool. Hey.
Yeah, can you try?
That's cool.
That is awesome.
Tell me when
Who
you can
else is
see
on?
my screen.
What's that?
Tell me when you can see my screen.
I see it in your eyeglasses
See it now.
reflected.
Oh, yeah. I guess I got to get rid of a couple of these here. Can't see my screen?
Yeah. See you.
I can't see it.
You can?
I can't see it.
No, I can't. All I see is you in your camera.
Okay. Here's the bishop. Hello, Bishop.
Whoa.
Oh, cool.
Well, I got a lot to say to you, but again, I'm online right now teaching a group how to do a podcast. You gonna be up for a while? Oh, go to work. You work?
That was good.
Okay. Well, how about this weekend sometime? Gosh, what I want to ask you is, and I got a bunch of people online here looking at me, listening to everything I say, and there's Tommy. You get up and you do your thing tomorrow, then call me as soon as you get back or whenever you can get together because, yes, I want to talk to you. I'm back. Hey, brother. Hello? Well, I've been talking for half an hour with somebody that's on a drop call. Okay. I'm sorry. This is taking a long time because I just am not sure what to do, but I'm getting there. Okay? I'm getting there. Is somebody cooking out there, Tommy? You cooking? I'm not frying onions. All right. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent.
Wait.
I'm loving this already.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
Okay. Click off your mics for a while. Save the bandwidth. I'm not sure if the chat. Pop up or not, but I'll check it.
Wow.
Somebody's got a truck in their house. Okay, so here's what happens. Tommy, turn your mic off. There you go. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Still getting a lot of noise here. I don't know what that's from, but
Hold on.
oh, I got an idea what it might be from. Check the microphones and stuff. Yeah, that looks good. It ended. Amen. Actually, I'm going to File, and I'm going to import something real quick. Import an audio file. What I'm feeling right now. And I've got an external hard drive, so it takes a little bit to get up there. Here you go. Could you hear that? Okay. This is just a little, tiny little piece. We make pieces, things that we like, things that we hear online, downloads from YouTube. You can, of course, download just the audio from YouTube and get pieces off of the things you like, or sound effects or whatnot. There are several free sound effects. Freesound.com is one of them that you can sign up for. There's 1 million free effects, and you can add your effects on as well. You can buy a CD with 25,000 effects on it. I guarantee you'll never get through them all. I just primarily make my own, and I use YouTube and different sources to do that. And I'm pretty much an advanced user of this thing. I really started using it about 2004, so it's been about 12 years. So I know how to make, I know how to make them. And so I'm going to get rid of this right here, and I'm going to quickly make a shroom cough. A bit of wisdom here. I've got my mic on. Note. Look at this part right here. Microphone, you got to make sure that's going to the microphone you're using, or you'll not get anything but a bunch of static. Same with the speakers. You want to have mono on here, not stereo. Stereo gums up the works. You got too many tracks to work on. So, okay, I'll make a short little track here. Testing, testing. It's working. Can you see that track going? Oh, good, good. You know, I think that everybody in this world needs a purpose, especially believers. We need a purpose, okay? We need a purpose. Brother Shumkov, you need a porpoise? Yes, so we need a porpoise. Okay, that's the end of that. I always say okay, just so I know that we're cutting off someplace, and I stop it. See, the red button is record, and the brown square button is stop. Down here we have a slider. Go back here, and you know that I use an effect on that voice. But first of all, I'm going to show you a trick here. I have laid down a little bit of a track. See this in here? All right, that's noise. You can open this thing up higher. There's a little plus sign there. You can open it up. You can shut it down a little bit, make it smaller. you try to find a piece like this in your recording. And then you go to effects. This is very important. You see there's all kinds of effects here. You're only going to use probably 5, 6 of them. The rest of them, they don't apply to podcasting unless you want to do some far out kinds of effects. I go to this wonderful effect. Here's noise reduction. Up comes a window. There's 2 buttons. There's a get noise profile and an OK. And the way these things are set up are already all right. Most of the parameters or the default parameters of these effects are good. You don't have to mess with them. So I have highlighted this area once again, taken the mouse and the cursor, move it across with the mouse down, and there it is. I'm getting a sample of, did you hear that? That's noise. It's me breathing, and it's just the sound of the background here, and I probably have a fan running someplace. Back to effect, noise reduction. Here it is. Get the noise profile, and that's exactly what that is. Click the button. If I want to highlight the whole track, I just click the track like this. I'll go back to effect, back to noise reduction, and hit the second button. You see now OK is good. Then all of a sudden, wow, a lot of that noise is gone. What I want to get rid of is, well, there's some left, but there's a little bit left. Sometime you'll see what looks like noise on here. After a while, you'll know what these waves are all about. You will recognize them. You'll recognize ums and ahs and you knows, and you don't even have to listen to them anymore. Oftentimes there's a s sound. When I talk, I have long S sounds. And when I use F sounds, I have long F sounds. So I want to pay careful attention if I'm going to do any kind of editing of little things like this. I don't think that's one. I think it's just noise. It's working. Can you see that track going? Oh, good, good. Breathing. You know, I think that everybody in this world... Look, this is where shroom cough starts. I'm going to mark it. I just have to click on that area. Down here with the slider, I can go over a little bit and see what I'm doing. And I'm going to go as far as shroom cough is. You know, I think that everybody in this world needs a purpose, especially believers. We need a purpose, okay? We need a purpose. Brother Shumkoff, okay. That's where he stops. And so I go back to where I started. I'm showing you how to use an effect right now. And I highlight that part because my voice isn't low enough to do shroom cough. Don't forget, we'll do this together at another time. And you can play with the program a little bit. I want to check it one more time. You know, I think that everybody in this world needs a purpose, especially believers. We need a purpose, That doesn't quite sound like purpose. Brother Shumkoff, all right, you need a purpose. So I'm going to grab the edge of that and bring it back. First of all, I need to speed him up. I speed everything up. because it's easier to understand. I'm a slow talker usually. Then you get a talker like Ella Connor, very fast talker. We have to slow her down a little bit to understand. And I go back to effects here. And we've got change tempo. There's a difference between changing the tempo and changing the speed. I never use change speed. Change tempo keeps the same pitch, but you can designate a certain percentage to speed it up, and usually for his voice, and for my voice too, about 15%. Now watch what happens to the shaded area there. You see, popped in. Now we got it just a little faster, but we can understand it.
I think that everybody in this world needs a purpose, especially believers. We need a purpose, okay? We need a purpose.
You see, I got kind of a spike right here. Rightly or wrongly, I try to keep in my recordings level. And sometimes that's not so easy. And here we have in this whole recording, one kind of a spiking place, and I'm going to go back to effects again. It's time to amplify. And I'm going to take it down a little bit. -4. And see, it's down. It gets to the point. People are changing around here. Yaz Lion, Joshua. I don't see him. Well, we lost some people here. That's not real good. Not real good. Yeah, you guys turn your mics off, and we'll try to get Amanda back. Is she still going, Mike?
I'm still here. You just can't see everybody. You
Okay.
can't see everybody unless you arrow down.
Thank you. I see now. All right. There's arrow ups and arrow down. I can even see myself. Sorry. I have diminished the volume of that little piece because you'll see in a minute. I speeded it up. Now the next thing I'm going to do, use another effect, and I'm going to change the pitch. Shumkov's voice is a little lower than mine, but since I've been doing all this talking, especially since Kansas, I don't like my voice anymore. It's way too low and gravelly. I've been talking like a crazy man. I take it down 1/2 step plus almost another. A little bit of trial and error. I mean, you put a semitone, is the 1/2 step is like on a piano when you move down from the black note to the white note below it. It's not much. And when you're using voices and effects, that's a lot. You know, click it and it changes. Now we've got.
I think that everybody in this world
Sounds like
needs a purpose, especially believers. We need a purpose, okay? We need a purpose.
Yeah,
Brother Shumkov, you need a purpose?
But look, I got too much of it.
Brother Shumkov, you need a...
I got too much of it. What I'm going to do is go to Edit, Undo Change Pitch. This is a lot to learn in a short time. I know. I undid it. I'm going to check again where I...
Brother Shumkov,
okay, that's
you
my
need a...
voice. Again, I'm going to change the pitch after highlighting it. And I'm going to change it. Once you put something in there, as long as you don't crash, it's going to stay in there. All right.
You know, I think that
Okay.
everybody in this world needs a purpose, especially believers. We need a purpose, a purpose. Okay, we need a purpose.
All right, we do that long enough. I'm going to take that part out. So I just take a little bit. I go to edit and cut. You can do this with the keyboard too. Governor is going to explore the keyboard part of it. Testing, testing. It's working. Can you see that track going? Oh, good, good. All right. I don't want that anymore. I highlight it, edit, cut. You can also use the standard old word star commands. Control X will cut. Also delete will cut something you've highlighted. I'm getting somewhere.
You know, I think that everybody in this world needs a purpose, especially believers. We need a purpose, a purpose. Oh, Brother Shumkoff, you need a purpose? Yes, so we need a purpose. Okay.
What's this here?
That's the end of that. I always say,
I don't want the rest of this, so I'll highlight it. This time I'm using Control X on the keyboard, and it's gone. I just want to deal with this little passage.
we need a purpose, a purpose. Oh, Brother Shumkoff, you need a purpose? Yes, so we need a purpose.
Okay, here we're going to do the same thing with this little piece. Change the pitch. Notice the minus 1.75 stays in there. Okay. Now, take a look at the level that we're at. That's a good level to record. So many times when our elders and so forth record something themselves and they send it over to me, the record level is like this. Tiny. Where you want it at to record is just as big as you can get it without going over. When you go over the line here, you're clipping. There's a fix for clipping, but you want to try to avoid that. Because what happens with clipping is you get distortion. You're overpowering your system.
You know, I think that everybody.
Okay, so we changed the pitch, we changed the tempo, we cut off some places and pasted some places, and now there's another effect we need to use on this to make it more available to the ear of people who are listening on a computer. Go to effects again. This time, compressor. Watch what happens on compressor. Everything, the volume is increased and not in proportion. It'll increase lower levels more than upper levels, and it's not so bad to do that twice. Get out of there. Get effect. I'm going to compress it again. That's good. It's really bold now.
You know, I think that everybody in this world needs a purpose. Believers, we need a purpose, a purpose. Oh, Brother Shumkoff, you need a purpose? Yes, we need a purpose. Okay.
Now, if I want to say something, how does that go?
You're saying it right now. What would you like to say?
Hello.
Bishop, yeah, good to see you tonight, but I can't see you.
I know I turned it off.
Okay. Oh, aren't you going to give us a little speech tonight?
Well, I hadn't planned on giving you a speech at all. I was getting set up with this, and I find this to be very accessible for visually impaired people.
Really? Excellent.
That's what we were working on.
And now we got to figure out how to use the mic on demand.
Exactly.
Well, we'll just mention again, you need a good mic. And I've got a $700-800 mic. I don't use that.
Well, if you plug in your
I use right now. I'm using a $35 mic that I showed you. It folds up. It's working
Right.
tonight. This thing here, Samsung Go mic. It does a great job. It's got a little case. Put it in the case. Put it in your pocket. Take it anywhere you want.
Oh, wow.
It's a USB mic. You can also use a standard microphone, which just gives you better sound with a wind shield.
Okay.
You can use that too, but what you got to have for those kind of mics is what's called phantom power.
Phantom power.
Yes. Okay, now you need to turn your mic off now, and I'm going to go on.
thing should have improved a little bit with that one.
Okay. So now how do I turn the mic?
Look, brother, if you want to talk some more, come on anytime.
Okay.
We're always wanting a little encouragement.
I never got that far.
Never got as far as to turn the mic off. See, it's the governor's job to take. There we go. Take care of the mics. Now look here. I have a tendency to take too much noise out. I'm highlighting noise again. Here's some more over here. You want to find a good patch of it once you compress it. And I'm going to take that and again go to the effect, noise reduction. You got too many effects on here. Wish there was some way to get them off. I'm going to get a noise profile. Then I'm going to highlight the whole thing again. I'm going back to noise reduction and okay, and away it goes. That's about right. If I want to close some gaps, I can highlight. I can go to edit and cut, highlight. I'm using Control X right now. You can use the delete key.
You know, I think that everybody in this world needs a purpose, especially believers.
Now I'm going to speed that up a little bit. I'm going again to tempo, change tempo this time. I'm going to speed up just a little more. It's a little slow.
You know, I think that everybody in this world needs a purpose, especially believers. We need a purpose, a purpose. Oh, Brother Shumkoff, you need a porpoise? Yes, we need a porpoise. Okay.
We're doing good so far. This thing is done. Look how much time this takes just for a little piece. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen you, Amanda, with wet hair and your hair down. I need to get a picture of that.
No, don't you dare take no pictures of me.
Get a picture.
It's not wet. It's oily.
What do you got in there?
Coconut oil.
Well, you
I
can't
have
tell
this
us
mess
from
of
here.
curly, see all this curly, messy hair? It needs a lot of moisture, so coconut oil is what I do to it.
I think that if you would put that in a skillet, you could have something like fried rice noodles. Huh? So we got a little bit of shrimp cough here and a little dialogue by using different pitches. Now, I want to add just a little effect to this that gives it a deeper sound. I'm just too much of a perfectionist at this. I go down to echo. I put a little echo on it, and this is not going to do the trick. What's here? I do about 0.13. 0.13. If you leave it as it is already there in the default, it's going to go. Okay, 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 okay. That's not what I want. This is what I want.
You know, I think that everybody in this world needs a porpoise.
It adds a little depth. All right. So now I've got a little clip that I want to keep, and I want to use this in a podcast, and I want to put a little background behind it of some kind. So I can use anything I want. I've downloaded from YouTube all kinds of stuff I like, mainly sound effects and all kinds. I have a file with all that in it. I go to File, and I do an import. Again, audio. We got I call it traveling music. Used to be in a marching band. We'd have traveling music, little bits of music to, march around in. And you can really keep a library of this, like you could listen to it. If this works. No, it's not going to work. I'm going to crash. I think I'm going to crash. It's playing, but we can't hear it. You hear this? Beautiful dream. I've got this already prepared. Something will happen in a minute. Not sure how to stop this. I don't even know how I got Beautiful Dreamer. That's not what I checked. Let me just make sure that I don't cut everything off. Bang. See, this is supposed to be Sting Bites Back. That's not what I want anyway. I want some kind of background music. So let's see. What do I have here? You've heard Smooshing the Roach? Of course you have. Look at Allison laughing at that. Shroom Coffee commercial, Sting Bites Back. Some of this stuff is old. Warning, sexual material, the Hillbillies interlude.
Hey, Dad, what's happening on Jackson's Night Presents next week? Well, son,
I
we
like
got these ladrones, Josephus, come about them apostles, and we got some exegesis.
I especially like the dogs on that. Here's a sound you've heard a lot. Whenever Lee plays the shofar, we're going to have that. Plus, I have about you had blurbs for every show.
Jackson Snyder Presents is sponsored by...
Okay, you hear the voice that we've already done, but plus you hear something in the background going on, and you can put as much as 8 or 10 other things in the background if you want. So, here's one of the longtime favorites right here.
That's a favorite to me, and of course I know to the folks out there, they'll love this one.
So let's say I want to put, oh, here's something that got you guys around.
Shalom. This is Jackson Snyder, a founder.
I like this. Not the beginning. I get rid of the beginning. So suppose I want to get rid of that. I want to use that as a background. I'm going to bring it in. It's a lot of it, you see. And we've got a stereo track here. So I'm going to choose that track. I don't want it in stereo. I want it in mono. So I go to tracks. It's hard to work with stereo tracks. And most of what you're going to get from YouTube or other places are going to be stereo. And they take huge amounts of space. Go to tracks, and I switch it to a mono track, stereo to track to mono. And there we have it. Now, just for demo's sake, let me take, oh, my phone's ringing again. Hello, Lee. Oh, we're doing a seminar here. All you need to do is get on. Go out to the event site. Go. Oh, no, look, you just go to Facebook. Go to, you see on the left side, events. And you click on that. And then you see the event, it's evangelism of some kind. Go into the event, there's a link there, and there is a conference number. We're all just learning to use this. I don't know, I got maybe 6 or 8 people on here learning. I don't know who's on here. Let's see. I can find out. Here's Amanda. She's got coconut oil in her hair. We got, oh, man, we got Joshua. Are you the Joshua I talked to today on the phone? Oh, man, there he is. Okay, and Amanda, we got Ragesh on here, and Allison, and Tommy. And then Mark and Valerie. I love it that I can see these people on their cameras. Tommy, I'm enjoying it. Yes, a relapse of Romper Room, and I think that Tommy's picking his nose. I'm not sure right now. He got he got a little laugh out of that. Yeah, this is really great. I can show the screen and everything. So go on out there and get on here, and you know, I think you just have to pop in the number that I left on there. It looks like a phone number. Okay. Yeah, something like that. It's like 7 numbers or. Allison's got my orange fedora. Now look what I can do. I can take my original track. I can mute it. All that you're going to hear when I highlight this other track I brought in, Star Trek on the theremin. Don't worry, we're going to go over and over this. This is something we've got to have. I'm going to listen to it a little bit. I'm going to make it a little bigger. I don't want that stuff. I might want it from about here. I put it where I want it. I want it right. You can make this as big as you want and find exactly what you want. This looks difficult. After a while, it becomes, why am I not getting this here? That's good enough. I'm going to take this, so I can drag it along if I want. Back to the beginning. And I'm going to get rid of that part because I don't want it. Edit, cut, Control X or delete. Now I want to know where I want to put my voice in. I'm going to highlight it again and play it. I find this place right here. This is a good place to put the Shroomkopf in. Here's a little trick. I'm going to highlight. You can do this manually. There's another way to do it. It's through something you use all the time, select. Got all kinds of choices here. You can select the ones I use, track start to cursor or cursor to track end, track start to cursor. Look what I'm going to do with this. I am going to copy this, edit, copy command, and then I'm going to go to the beginning of the voice track. You can also hit home button to get there. I like that. And I'm going to paste it in there. Paste. I don't want two tracks of the same thing, but you see what's highlighted here. Go back to edit, remove. Silence audio, the audio that you have pasted on there, you can take that away. And what I have done just now is I've got that voice over right where I want it in the music track. One other thing I have to do before I'm ready to merge the two is I need to take this music track. It's got to be on top. See, look here. I hit this little box that's got the name of the track, and you can change it and do a lot of things with it. And I've got to move it up above the voice track. I don't know why it's got to be above the voice track. Next, I go to the music track. The way it sounds right now, get back here at the beginning. Listen.
I think that everybody in this world
Too loud.
especially believers, we need
Too loud. We have something to fix that. Where is it too loud? Right here. I'm going to highlight that. And I just, within the last couple of months, discovered this effect. It's called auto duck. Who would know what that would be? Nobody would know. But what it does is, as you can see, you can adjust the volume way down to 24 decibels. And for something that loud, I would probably choose about 19 decibels. Look what happens. It faded out to a place that is negative 19 decibels from where it was. And we check that out now. See what it sounds like.
You know, I think that everybody in this world needs a purpose, especially the believers. We need a purpose, a purpose. Oh, Brother Shumkoff, we need a purpose? Yes, so we need a purpose. Okay.
Fades back in. We decide how far we want to go with this. We'll go to hearsay. I don't know how that ends. Let's see. Out there. I'm going to get rid of the rest of this to the right of the cursor. Again, we go to edit, select, cursor to track end. Don't get discouraged. We need to learn this. And so I've got highlighted everything past what I want. I want to have about a 45-second little thing there. And I go back to edit, and just like a word processor, cut or delete, bang, it's gone. But what happens here is it just stops. So I want to do one of two things. I think my trademark is importing a file. And here I end up in the traveling music, and I'm going to go down to, I think, my favorite sound effect. There it is. Somebody's laughing about that. I'm going to click it in. Let's see if it pops in. Oh, this is so much fun. Yeah. Mute. Let's see if I got the right one. Of course, the explosion. I'm going to take that, edit it, copy it, mute it. Now you'll learn how to do that. I'm going to put it right on the end of this one. Or I can put it down here too. So when I unmute these, looks like I just want to see where this is going to work out. I got 2 mono tracks going. That looks good. Oh, I like that so much. There's another thing we can do if we don't want to do the explosion. You want to have some trademark things like that. People like that kind of stuff. It's like Jonathan said to me, when I first heard your program, I thought you were some weirdo nut. I said, turn them off, let's go on to something else on Hebrew Nation Radio. But then, you know, some of these things start catching you. And we're, you know, on this last trip, people saying we're Shroomkopf, feckless platitudes. I heard that time and time again. Are you here to give us some feckless platitudes? That is so funny. I can take, oh, here's seconds up here, 40 to 45. We got about 3 seconds there. What we can do is highlight that and go to effects again. We got to fade out. I could take the explosion out if I want to. I could take it out or leave it in. Makes no difference. Notice I got a big gap of nothing here. I'm going to check this once more to see if
Everybody in this world.
Pretty well balanced. I have 2 mono tracks. You can put as many on here as you want. You can get rid of them. You've got to get rid of them really before you save them, but it's very important to take this occasionally and save project as. And you find a place to save them on your computer. I have a place. I put them in here. And I give it a name that I know what it's, these are hard to find again. I know what it's going to be. It's, let's see, he's talking about porpoise. Porpoise. Notice the extension on this Audacity project, AUP. Those are huge files, huge. The only thing they're used for is to edit with. Don't save it as an MP3 or anything else, because an MP3 takes out a lot of the sound to compress the file down about to 1/10 of the size that it is uncompressed. So if you save it to MP3 and you bring it back in and fiddle with it and save it again to MP3, you're going to go 100 times less than what you started with. Because every time on the normal setting here, it takes off 90% or so to save room. In this AUP format, it's just going to take some time. It's going to save itself there. So you can go back, and if you click on that AUP, you're going to get back exactly what you had. You know what? I'm down to the blue cheese filled olives right now. Aren't you jealous? I know you are. Got something nice going here. Yas Lion, are we allowed to eat blue cheese? Or is that off the list? That's you, Joshua. Can we eat cheese? He's frozen there. He looks like he's in a catatonic state. Look what I'm going to do with this. 2 tracks, I want to mold them together into one. First of all, I'm going to name the track, because if I don't, I will not know what it is later. I'm going to call it Porpoise. I'm going to go back here, and I have choices down here. Mono, left channel, right channel, or make it a stereo track. That's what I want to do. Now I've got a stereo track. You see how it's combined together. But I've got holes here with nothing. It's probably not going to fly when I make it into mono. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that Audacity makes these 2 files stereo. It fills in all the blanks for us. So we go to tracks, mix and render. All right, notice the blanks are all filled in. Mix. I just discovered that after I've been running this program for years. I just discovered I don't like to read instructions, but I do like to tell other people to read instructions. I'm going to then highlight the stereo track, clicking on this panel. Go to tracks, stereo track to mono. There it is. It combines it together proportionally. But look at the volume. Oh my goodness. Now I just have my picture up here. What do I do with that? There, okay. Gone. Somebody's got a microphone on. Please help me by turning it off. I don't know who does. There, thank you. This is not high enough volume, but you can see it's fairly level. The compression effect, run a couple of times, will make it level. And then when you put the stereo track to mono, it cuts down the volume. It's all good, but to me, the volume is not enough. What we do with this next is we highlight it and we go back to effects. What I can do, if you're really interested in this, I can give you a step-by-step plan on a piece of paper or on audio or whatever. I go to normalize. Normalize brings the volume of everything up to a certain level. I have that level as -1. That is -1 less than the fullest extent of volume without clipping. Also, a lot of stuff you're going to get if you bring in files is that they're not in the right place. They might look like, well, let me show you if I can remember how. I can't remember which one it is. Invert. Oh, these are perfectly lined up, so
I think that
they're not perfectly lined up. They're off center, and you want to bring them to the center. Anyway, about the final step in this is to normalize at -1 or -2. And what that does is it brings you up to a level of 1 degree below full volume. Now what we have here, we've got a nice little piece we can pop in someplace. My martini's gone.
I think that everybody in this world needs a porpoise, especially believers. We need a porpoise. A porpoise.
Brother Shukoff, you need a porpoise?
Yes, so we need a porpoise. Okay.
Nice, 45 seconds. We're going to take this clip and we're going to export it. We go to File, Export Selected Audio. And as I mentioned, look, we got MP3 here. We don't save an MP3 until we're done. What we want is wave. And we set up someplace to put it, by the way. Wherever you want. You put it all on the desktop, for that matter. I have a thing called traveling music. So I'm going to save that as something that I'm going to remember. I don't leave any spaces in these files. I use a hyphen. Because in the internet world, when you leave a space, what pops up is a % and 20. Oftentimes, if you try to bring it back up again with that kind of thing in it, with a space in it, it's not going to come up. So I'm going to save this. What comes up here is metadata. It gives us an opportunity to tell the world what this is. Notice it's got stuff on here that I'm not interested in. You can make a template. The artist name is Bogdan G. You want to put yourself in here. Track title, Porpoise. Album title. If you're doing this for some special thing, a podcast or whatever, radio thing, yes, you can do that. You can get on. Good Lord, if I can get on, anyone can. Track number, we don't need that unless we're splitting up a track or we've got an album going. We've got a year here, 2016. Genre, I got a special genre all my own. Cult. Why do I put cult on there? Because when some of these heads are out there looking for tunes on the internet, they're going to pop cult in. And then what they're going to get's my stuff. It's an evangelism tool. Metadata editing. And there's a million fields you could put here for your own. Put some comments here. Let's see. Amanda. Coconut hair oil fire. She's not on anymore, so I don't think. Oh, there she is. Oh my gosh. Hey, don't light a cigarette with that oil in your hair, all right? Okay, good. Save it. Okay, now it's going to go out and save. It's supposed to anyway. Yeah, it's real short. And so what I can do, if I ever want it, it's gone. If I ever want it in something, I can go out to my collection of all these little pieces I've made and import it. And I called it Porpoise, I think. This is my problem. I can't ever remember anything. Must be SCH. There it is. Shroom call Porpoise. 46 seconds, that's important. If you got a time limit, got a date there. And you can add fields to this as well. Like you go up here to the top. It shows you what fields it's displaying. If you want the date created or the size, that's important too. I'm going to have the size right here. I'm going to move it over here so I can see it. These boxes are not that good. Where did the size go? Size. I got it here where I can see it now. Look at this. This thing is a big stereo track, 30 minutes, 333, 135 kilobytes. Take that times 1,000, you know, we're getting into megabytes there. And so did I go get that? A shroom call. I'll bring it in. It's in. Now, what time is it? Oh, I guess we got 10 more minutes. So we've got that good. We're going to mute that. We're going to say this is the introduction. And then we have a podcast we've done, and it probably looks something like this. I'm going to go get one from boot camp. I haven't a clue what it's going to look like. It's on my desktop. There's one that's 1.3 gigabytes from, let's see, what would be a good one? Oh, very good, right here. Sandra did an online thing called Passions of Humankind. I'm going to bring that in. It's in an MP3 format, notice, but you have the ability when you're using MP3, when you save something, you can save it at a very high percentage up to what would you call it? Lossless. There's a little button here when you save something. It says options. I'll show you in a minute. So when I do one of these MP3s and save it that way, the reason I do it in MP3 is it's small enough to upload so I can get it from the Yahad over here. It's small enough, but it's big enough not to lose anything. There's a compromise there. I like this teaching, but Sandra had a bad microphone, and the microphone started crapping out. You don't have to spend much on one. In fact, every microphone that I have bought recently, I save as much money as I can. I look at reviews, and I buy refurbished. You say, refurbished, somebody's used that. Well, get it at home. If there's something wrong with it, you have a full refund. You get a new one. That was the deal with little Nessie here. I bought this refurbished. I noticed it had a little red button on it right here. Didn't seem to do anything. So I called the company. I said, this little red button doesn't do anything. They said, oh, it's defective. We'll send you a brand new one. Refurbished stuff, it's guaranteed. Okay, so we have here, this is Sandra. You notice I've already done some editing on this. I have really made it, enhanced it the best I could with compression, amplification, and you can see there's no big holes of white in here, so I have also truncated the silences. Let's just take a look what happens to be in here by making it bigger. All right, now we can see.
Always compel us to present our faults to the world. So think about that. If you have a passion and it is not directed towards the king,
I heard my pet peeve.
A passion and it is not.
There it is. I can recognize these things no matter who's talking. Now I got this thing against ums. When I have time to fool with it, I get rid of them. Look, I say and you know and all that all the time. I get rid of that thing right now. I cut it out of there. Just like a tumor, gone.
And it is not directed towards the kingdom, then what it is doing is it's going to hang its faults out for everybody to see. And passions always do unto others as they do unto themselves. So if
oh my!
If you're biting your nails and you're hating yourself about it,
gone. There's always going to be some noise in here and sounds like this thing right here. You're going to get to recognize them. I'm just a little compulsive about this. Anal, Amanda. You know what I mean? What do you got, candy? Oh. I'm going to get that out of there. When Onia first started doing this, I worked on him a lot to get him to do anything like this. And it was, slow, slow, slow. I would take his stuff and I would go from beginning to end, his 3-hour teachings, and get all the ums out of there.
So,
Speed it up. Listen to that one.
so
She burped right there. I'm going to cut that out. All right. So let's see. Weekly training opportunity. Let's say I have that all completed. Say this is my intro here. I can go get an intro. 5 more minutes. I'll import an intro I've already made. As you do this, you want to do it a lot because you'll get all kinds of collections of stuff you've done. From traveling, let's see, which intro do I really like? Oh, here's something I really like. See if you like this one.
As a favor to me, I wonder if you would smush that roach right over there looking at you.
No problem.
Hear that thing? I actually crunched the roach here when the thing came out from somewhere. And when I was recording, I smooshed the roach. And it was recorded. And I thought, that is a cool sound. I'm going to keep that. But I have a bunch of intros. You see, I start them out, these file names with intros, so I can have them all here. Some of them I use often, some not too much. I've been using this one here lately a lot and enjoying it. But I got a whole bunch of them, and I've got outros too. And I get other people to do them as well. But I'm putting this one in right now. I'm going to say, I want to use that. I'm going to make it bigger. I can't make it bigger that way. I can make it bigger with a compressor. We're going to use this one here, the shroom thing, to take a break. I'll take the intro that I like. Let me play it for you.
By the miracle of unmerited favor, Jackson Snyder presents Is Back.
Now, where did I get that? I wrote that with a music program. If you want to do this kind of stuff, I'll write you whatever you want. I can do orchestrations of any kind and fast. And I like that. I'm trying to get attention. I listen to Hebrew Nation radio. When I do, I am so bored that I can't even go to sleep. I listen to stuff all night long. I go to sleep. But when I listen to Hebrew Nation radio, I am so bored that I can't sleep. It's boring. Especially when the preacher gets on. Oh, my God, it's been such a horrible week. Let's have something different and fun. Let's mix it up. I don't care if they think you're nuts. That's okay. I've had so many people say, this sound is so crazy, but all of a sudden I listened to it twice and got hooked on it. Allison, for one, right there. She's one of those testimonials. So I'm going to put that cursor at the beginning of Sandra's thing, and I'm going to paste it in there. I have an intro. So what I've got right now is
In the Dodake on
She clipped. I can fix it a little bit. You hear that? There's another effect for that. You see that the lines here, the waves are over the top. There's an effect. I want to make it smaller. About -5. Yeah, we're about done. Just make it smaller because I want some room between the actual wave and the top. And then there's an effect called clip fix. Way down here someplace. Clip fix. I'm looking for it. I'll be darned. Do I have it on here? Clip fix. It didn't do anything because I've been fooling with this. So I'll take and normalize this. Yeah, we're going to do one more thing. Leaves me 1 unit below. I'm going to do the same thing to this piece right here. I'll probably maybe do it to the whole thing. Yeah, the whole thing needs it. So what I will do is highlight the whole thing. Get out of there. Normalize it. Where's normalize? There it is. And so you wait a little while. There's two more important things to do. How do you think this client is working out here? Zoom, it's working great. Super. Sometimes you have to wait a little bit. You know, this is a very long file. Probably an hour and a half or 2 hours she went, I think. For your podcast, you can go as long as you want, and then you settle how long it's going to be using tempo, change tempo, and truncate silences, and remove noise. You can make your podcast go from 2 hours down maybe to an hour. I might mention there's all kinds of places you can put these up. Companies are desperate for content. Look at this clipping here. And not a thing I can do about it, except go to each one of these things and knock it down. There is one thing, one more effect I'll show you. It's called leveler. I don't like to use it a lot. It levels it up, but sometimes it also distorts it a little bit, and it takes a little bit of time. During this time, you can think up what's your next gimmick or what's your next little entertainment. I got to work on a commercial for a company there called Tikkun Olam. It's a one-person company. Allison Shatter is her name. She's on the Yahad. Maybe you've seen her site. She makes. Oh, let me show you. Hold on a minute. She makes Creams. She sent me some. Pain Relief Body Butter. I never believe any of this stuff works. Sent me a colloidal silver cream. They're both shea butter and coconut oil. One's got colloidal silver, and I don't know what the secret ingredient is in this pain relief stuff. But, you know, you hear this on the radio all the time, Australian Dream or something like this. This is obviously homemade. I don't know if you can see that or not. My hands get real sore. I'm loaded with arthritis, but when my wife died, she took the pain away out of my back. I still have it in my hands a little bit. I put it on this thumb. It was hurting so bad. And in 10 minutes, that pain was gone for 2 days. I don't know what's in this. She does do cannabis. She does, but she can't sell that online. I sprained my ankle in Kansas City bad. I've been putting this stuff on and the pain is gone. What is this stuff? I want to do a commercial about this. I already did one on the last show. But now look, Leveler, it leveled it up real nice.
The list in the full.
That's good as it's going to get with that microphone she has. And then I'm going to normalize it again. Get out of here. Not you. Not you, Tommy. Normalize it at -1 or -2. I want to get a bigger picture of Yaz Lion there. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Spotlight video. Is that it? I turned his mic on. He didn't even know I turned his mic on. You were asleep, Joshua. I had to turn your mic on. He's embarrassed. I talked to him this afternoon. He's got quite a testimony.
Technical difficulties.
Okay. Technical difficulties with the gray matter in my head. Now, this is taking a long time. We're going to end it up here in just a moment. We're going to have a nice show together. This cream is really good, too, for polishing up your computer. I think that's going to be part of the commercial. I think Shroomkopf is going to be going to Turkestan. That's the land in one of the former Soviet Union republics where they invented Percocet. I knew that gets your attention. Turkestan. He's going to go to Turkestan, and on his way out, Brother Snyder's going to get a hold of his hand and shake his hand, and he's going to scream in pain. You know, the guy on the Shroomkopf, the picture of Bogdan Shroomkopf, that's my grandfather. He had these huge hands full of rheumatic arthritis. You shake his hand, he screams in pain. The Bogdan is going to scream in pain. But fortunately, I'm going to have some of this stuff here. Tikkun Olam, healing the world. Homemade, every kind, colloidal silver and some other things Allison sent me. And so who do we have on here? We don't know. So I just need to make an announcement and tell them who it is. So I mute what I have, and I start a new one. Greetings from Vero Beach, the Vero Esin Yahad. I have a special speaker today. Elder Sandra, see, I got to kind of think of who it is, Watley. Been friends for a couple of years. She came into the eldership of the Yahad, and now she's giving her first message, and that message is on the subject. I can't remember much. I have to think. This goes by. I can fix it real easy. Yeah. What was it? Human. Turn your mic on, Allison, and tell me what it is.
Human passions.
Yes.
Passion.
Thank you, Allison. Now we got your voice on here. So what am I going to do? I want to put this in and let them know who it is. All right, we need to say just a little more. Sandra lives in Texas City, Texas, and we love her, and we're so happy to hear that she has such a deep and uncompromising message of psychological, emotive, and noetic wisdom. Here she is. I'm going to do this over again for you. I'm going to get any kind of noise that's in there. Noise reduction. Remember, I get a sample. I highlight the track. Come on, window, go away. Okay, that's it. Do noise reduction again. Takes it away. Another effect. Truncate silence. Get rid of all those spaces. Take a look at oh, I've got two. Yeah, I got two here. Let me get another noise. Cancel. It's going 11 o'clock. Effect. Noise reduction. Get the noise profile and go over this track and run it again. Nope, wrong one. You guys are making me nervous. Noise reduction. Okay. There goes the noise. We'll truncate the silence. We take this piece, edit. I've got a little screen that just keeps popping down here, keeps me away from the editing. Cut it. With the cursor here, paste it. You can bring these together with a Control J. We could talk about that later. It's not important. What we have. See what it sounds like?
Greetings from Vero.
Oh, we know we want to speed that up. I'm going to change the tempo. 13 AM in there.
Greetings from Vero Beach, the Vero Esin Yahad. I have a special speaker today, Elder
Like that.
Elder Sandra, see, I got to kind of think of who it is, Watley.
Very easy to fix. If you're a faster thinker and talker than I am,
for a couple of years, she came
I
into
forget
the eldership of
everything.
the Yahad, and now she's giving her first message, and that message is on the subject. I can't remember much. I have to think. This goes by. I can fix it really easy. Yeah. What was it? Human. Turn your mic on, Allison, and tell me what it is.
Human passions.
Yes. Thank you, Allison. Now we got your voice on here.
Absolutely. Going to cut this little piece off.
Sandra lives in Texas City, Texas, and we love her, and we're so happy to
We
hear
don't like
that
her
she has
that
such
much, really.
a deep and uncompromising
Real bossy,
message of psychological, emotive, and noetic wisdom. Here she is.
And of course, at the end of that, there's something that just simply cries to be put in here. Cow. Gotta have the cow.
Vero Beach, the Vero Yahad, a special speaker today. Emotive and noetic wisdom. Here she is.
There we go. We got to level this up some. Okay, so we got the noise out of it. We're going to go on that little window. Get out of there. It always does what I tell it to. In fact, we're going to compress it. That brings the amplification up of all the different sound wave levels. We'll do it again. Okay, very good. Put a little reverb or a little echo on it, just a little bit. I love the explosion. I love the cow. I just seem to be obsessed or in a rut with those things. I've got to, get my mind off cows and etc. I just think that throwing those sounds in. Allison, you're trying to say something here, and I can't tell what it is unless you turn your mic on.
Okay. Aerial Bomb and the Goat.
Yeah. That one for a long time. Yeah, I like that too. Okay, so I'm going to take this right here.
You need to get a screaming goat sound.
I have that one. Ah! Well, maybe you can get one out there in the country. I'm going to copy this and mute it because if I cut it, I might lose it. That's too much work. Here's Sandra right here. I want to turn that on so we can hear it. Turn the mute off. Let's see.
In the Dodaki.
There she goes. I'm going to just pop the cursor right there. I'm going to put a little pluck in. I'm going to go right after that and put our little monologue in. And at the end, I don't need a pluck. I got an explosion there. So I'm going to normalize this. And then we're going to have the grand finale. This stuff looks so small here. What's big? Okay. What we done tonight is right here. We've got 40 minutes.
By the miracle of unmerited favor.
That makes you want to say hallelujah.
Presents is back. Greetings from Vero Beach to Vero Yahad. I have a special speaker today, Elder Sandra Watley. Been friends for a couple of years. She came into the eldership of the Yahad, and now she's giving her first message, and that message is on the subject. I can't remember much. I have to think. This goes by. I can fix it really easy. Yeah. What was it? Human. Turn your mic on, Allison, and tell me what it is.
Human passions.
Yes. Thank you, Allison. Now we got your voice on here. Sandra lives in Texas City, Texas. And we love her, and we're so happy to hear
Yeah,
that
we
she
don't
has
like her
such
that
a
much.
deep and uncompromising message of psychological, emotive, and noetic wisdom. Here she is.
In the Didache on Death
All right.
Road 51.
Got one more thing to do.
So,
We
but this is the
forgot.
road of death. First of all, this road is
All right, this thing, it's got to have a pause at 25 minutes. Stop. We go to 25 minutes. Oh, 45 seconds. Okay, 25. You know, there's always got to be feckless platitudes in there. And so we go back about 45 seconds before. We mark that space by putting in a little silence, a second of silence. We go to the shroom cough thing we did to start out with. We get it and copy it and paste it right there. That brings us, just past 25. So I guess what I would do with this is speed it up a little bit so that it'll make it under 25. That's just about right. All right. So what we have, then we've got, I'll put a little bit of pluck in there. Oh, I know it comes naturally to me. I've been doing this for so long. You want to do it?
a prophet of the Lord is the salvation.
That's a bad mic. Let's go fast now.
You know, I think that everybody in this world needs a porpoise, especially believers. We need a porpoise. A porpoise. Oh, Brother Shimkoff, we need a porpoise? Yes, we need a porpoise. Okay.
Of course, I got lots of stuff to put in here, feckless platitudes, and this is the Commander Lee. We're going bowling and all that stuff. All right, so that's the lesson for tonight. Was it good? Okay, we need to do it again. So you can get some of these things, and you'll be a pro at this before long. You can certainly use the knowledge you get from me having done this so long. I'm sure there's lots of tips and tricks that you'll find yourself that we can pass along. I just don't have anybody else that does this. And
I have a question.
sure.
Can you use this with videos, like YouTube videos?
Absolutely you can.
Okay, that's class. You got to teach us how to do that.
You're very easy, very easy. When you put your YouTube video up, whatever you use to make the video, you ought to be able to suck in your audio into that and it both go up there. But if not, you just put your video up there and then it will ask you what audio you want and you just tell it. Just file on your computer, or if you're doing slideshows, for instance, you can do the same thing. The slideshow makers are all free. All that stuff is free. Everything's free today for this. And yeah, we can demonstrate that the next time we do this, okay? Don't forget, work a little bit. Yahweh be with you. I love you guys. Nobody else loves me but you. I mean it. Now, we have to figure out how to turn this thing off. Back to meeting. Stop. Share. And there he is. Man, oh man, you got the beard and the hair, brother. You're the guy I've been talking to today? How cool. I'm never going to tell your secret, though. You're going to have to share that yourself. Okay?